Hi my dear students, welcome back to my channel SSLC 2022 Science Examination Preparation Final Revision Video Series 7. I welcome you all to this video series 7 my dear students. So in this video I am discussing about 1 mark, 2 mark and 3 mark questions from the lesson Chemical Reactions and Equations. So the total marks allotment for the chemical reactions and equations is 5 marks. So out of this 5 marks, you may get one diagram. So that is electrolysis of water. So if they do not give electrolysis of water, they can ask 2 mark and 3 mark questions, or 1 mark 2 questions and 3 mark 1 questions. So total marks allotment for this lesson is 5 mark. So in this video, I am explaining you all the important and the most expected question in the examination from the chemical reactions and equations lesson. So the first question is, what is amphoteric oxide? So this question is very important question because they can ask what is amphoteric oxide, or they can ask the examples to represent the amphoteric oxide. See, amphoteric oxide examples are zinc oxide and the aluminium oxide, because they both react with both acid and base to form salt and water. So how can we define amphoteric oxide? See, metal oxide that react with both acids and base to give rise to salt and water is called as amphoteric oxide. So it is very important, dear students. They can ask this question for 1 mark. Moving to next question, name the brown fumes liberated when lead nitrate is heated. Write the balanced chemical equation for this reaction. So when we talk about chemical equations, so you can when we talk about chemical equation, you can expect one chemical equation or two chemical equations to balance, or they can give the word equation and ask you to write the chemical equation. This one already I have taught in the video series 2. So I hope you all have watched that video. Hello my dear students, welcome back to my channel SSLC 2022 Science Examination Preparation Final Revision Video Series 7. I welcome you all to the video series 7 my dear students. So in this video I will be discussing about the most expected 1 mark, 2 mark and 3 mark questions from the lesson Chemical Reactions and Equations. So for chemical reactions and equations, totally 5 marks is allotted. Totally 5 marks is allotted for this particular lesson. So you can expect 2 marks balancing equations or 3 marks balancing equation. They can give the equation and ask you to balance, or they can give 2 marks word format equation and ask you to balance the chemical equation. It is very easy, dear students. So in the revision video 1, I have taught how to balance the chemical equation and how to write the chemical equation. If you have not watched that video, please watch that video. Link is given in the description box below. So when we look at chemical equations and hello my dear students, welcome back to my channel. So SSLC 2022 Science Examination Preparation Final Revision Video Series 7. So I welcome you all to the video series 7 my dear students. So in this video I am discussing about the most important and expected 2 mark, 1 mark and 3 mark questions from the lesson Chemical Reactions and the Equations. Dear students, in the revision video series 1 I had already explained you how to balance the chemical equation and also how to write the chemical equation. So if you have not watched that video, the link will be given in the description box. So do watch that video. So total marks allotment for the chemical reactions and equation is 5 marks. So out of 5 marks, they can ask one diagram, that is electrolysis of water. Remaining 3 marks, they can ask for question answers, or without asking diagram, for 5 marks, they can ask the question answers. That is for 2 mark 1 question, 3 mark 1 question they can ask, or 1 mark 2 questions, or 2 mark 1 question. So like that they can divide. So now let us understand the important questions from this lesson. So it is very important, dear students. Don't forget to learn these questions. So first question is, what is amphoteric oxide? This question is asked in final examinations many times. See, amphoteric oxide means it is a metal oxide that react with both acids and base to give salt and water. So metal oxide that react with acid and base to give rise to salt and water is called as amphoteric oxide. Moving to second question, name the brown fumes liberated when the lead nitrate is heated and write the balanced chemical equations for this reaction. Very important, dear students. Already in the video 1 I have explained you how to balance the equation. So now you want to know the product released during the heating of lead nitrate. First of all, lead nitrate heating is example for decomposition reaction. It is an example for thermal decomposition reaction. So when we heat the lead nitrate, we get lead oxide, nitrogen dioxide and oxygen. So here the brown fumes are the nitrogen dioxide. So I have explained you the brown fumes, and it is important to learn the equation to balance, dear students. So first write the elements present in the reactant side and also the product side, then write the number of atoms present in reactant side and product side and start balancing. It is a trial and error method. I have explained you in the first video. So moving to next question. So this diagram can be expected for 2 marks. Very important diagram. You have to practice, dear students. So electrolysis of water diagram you have to learn and learn to label all the parts. Moving to next question. See here, iron oxide combining with aluminium gives rise to aluminium oxide plus iron. So the type of the above chemical reaction is, so in multiple choice question they can give one chemical equation and ask you to identify the type of chemical reaction. Okay, if you observe the equation, you can easily identify here in the reactant side aluminium is present. See, aluminium is more reactive than iron. So it displaces the iron from the iron oxide solution. So as a result of it, it forms the aluminium oxide solution. So iron is displaced here. So this is the example for displacement reaction. So moving to next question, you have to learn, dear students, they can ask by giving one chemical equation to identify the type of chemical reaction. So moving to next question, the reaction of barium chloride with the aluminium sulphate solution is an example for which type of chemical reaction? Why? Write the balanced chemical equation for this reaction. So this question is asked for 3 marks. So very important question. It is example for double displacement reaction. Dear students, barium chloride. Barium means Ba. Chlorine means Cl. Okay. When it combine, it will become BaCl2, barium chloride. So all these things you have learnt in 9th standard, how to write the chemical formula. So first of all, the first question they are asking is which type of chemical reaction it is. See, barium chloride is there, aluminium sulphate. See, chloride and sulphate ions are there. So exchange of ions taking place is nothing but it is an example for double displacement reaction. So first answer is it is an example for double displacement reaction, and when this reaction is taking place, precipitate is formed. Okay, so white color precipitate is formed. So when the precipitate is formed, we can also call that reaction as precipitation reaction. So next, why they are asking? Why? Because I told you ions are there. So exchange of ions takes place in the double displacement reaction. So finally, I have also written the here chemical equation. You can observe barium chloride combines with aluminium sulphate to form barium sulphate and aluminium chloride. Yes, this is for 3 mark. Okay, very important, dear students. So you have to learn without failure. Next, write the balanced chemical equation for the following chemical reaction. So here they have given the word equation. So word equation, the first one they have given is lead nitrate is heated. See, lead nitrate, only one reactant is getting heated. So it is an example for decomposition. What is the symbol of lead? Symbol of lead is Pb. What is the symbol of nitrate? Symbol of nitrate is NO3. So when lead nitrate is heated, you can observe this equation, that is PbNO32 will be the equation. So the product formed here are lead oxide PbO and nitrogen dioxide NO2 and oxygen O2. So here I have mentioned the balanced chemical equation. So moving to next is sodium sulphate react with the barium chloride. Just now I have explained you this particular equation in 3 marks region. See, this can also be asked by giving the word equation. Dear students, sodium sulphate, sodium is Na, SO4 is sulphate. When it combines, it forms Na2SO4, sodium sulphate. When it combines with barium, Ba, chlorine, Cl, so it becomes BaCl to barium chloride. So what happened? Exchange of ion is taking place. I already told you this is A, B, C, D. A always combines with D, B always combines with C. So in the first video I had explained you how to get the product. So we get the product here as barium sulphate and sodium chloride. So this is the balanced equation. So do check the first video if you don't know how to balance the equation. Very important, dear students, you have to learn this. So for 1 mark they can ask in the examination. Next question, copper oxide combines with the hydrogen to form copper and water. You can expect this type of question definitely for 2 marks, because in most of the examination they have asked about oxidation and reduction reactions, the substance which is getting oxidized, the substance which is getting reduced. So this type of question is very important, dear students. You can expect for 2 marks. So here they have given copper oxide combines with the hydrogen to form copper and water. The question asked here is, in this reaction, name the reactant that is oxidized and the reactant that is reduced. Okay, observe the equation. Copper oxide is losing the oxygen, hydrogen is added by the oxygen. So what is meant by oxidation? Oxidation is nothing but the addition of oxygen and the removal of hydrogen. What is meant by reduction? Reduction is nothing but the addition of hydrogen, removal of oxygen. So here copper is losing the oxygen, so it is reduced. Copper oxide is losing the oxygen and it is becoming copper. Okay, first you have to look for the reactant which is getting oxidized here. So the reactant which is getting oxidized here is hydrogen, because hydrogen is added by oxygen. Addition of oxygen is taking place. So the reactant that is getting reduced, which is getting reduced, copper oxide is getting reduced. Okay, copper oxide is losing the oxygen, so it is getting reduced. So you have to focus about this particular question. Definitely you can expect for 1 or 2 marks in the examination. Moving to next question, name 4 types of chemical reactions with example. See, all the 4 type of chemical reactions you must learn, dear student. Very important. The 4 type of reactions are combination, decomposition, displacement and double displacement. So they can ask for either 1 mark or they can ask for 2 mark by asking you to write the chemical equation, or sometimes the decomposition reaction itself can be asked for 3 mark. They can ask you to write the types of decomposition reaction. So I have already explained the types of decomposition reaction. Now let us see what is meant by combination reaction. See, a reaction in which 2 or more reactants combine to form the single product, we will call it as combination reaction. So in combination reaction, what is happening? Reactants are combining, 2 or more reactants are combining to form single product. So for representing combination reaction, I have mentioned 2 equations. You can write any equation which you know. Okay, calcium oxide combined with the water to form calcium hydroxide. Hydrogen combined with oxygen to form water. So these are the 2 examples I have written. You can write carbon combined with oxygen to form carbon dioxide. Methane burn in the presence of oxygen, or when it combines with the oxygen to form methanol. So any equation which you know, you can write, dear student. So moving to next type of equation, that is the decomposition reaction. So it is a type of reaction in which single reactant break down. Single reactant will break down to form the 2 or more product. You can observe in this chemical equation there is only 1 reactant. Okay, single reactant is there. So this single reactant is breaking down when we supply the heat. As a result of it, it forms 2 or more products. So the products formed here are lead oxide, nitrogen dioxide, and also oxygen. See, apart from this, two more equations are there as example for the decomposition, that is thermal decomposition reaction. Okay, the first one is the heating the lead nitrate. Second one they have given about the ferrous sulfate. When we heat the ferrous sulfate, we get ferric oxide, sulfur dioxide, and also sulfur trioxide. And one more they have given is calcium carbonate. When we heat the calcium carbonate, we get calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. All these three are the examples for the thermal decomposition, because we are supplying the heat to break down the single reactant to form two or more product. Students, you can expect this for either 1 mark or for 3 mark. Decomposition reactions are very important. Without failure, you have to learn. It's a very important question. So moving to next, in this lesson you have to understand about displacement reaction. So what is meant by displacement reaction? When a more reactive element displaces the less reactive element in an equation, we can call that particular equation as the displacement reaction. You can observe equation is given here. So iron combines with copper sulfate. See, iron being more reactive element, it displaces the copper from the copper sulfate solution. As a result of it, it forms ferrous sulfate, that is iron sulfate, we can call it as. So both iron sulfate or ferrous sulfate you can call in any name, both are correct, and copper is displaced here. Okay, so other equations is also given in your textbook. Apart from this, they also gave as example of zinc combined with copper sulfate to form zinc sulfate and copper. Lead combines with copper chloride to form lead chloride and copper. So any equation you can write in the examination as example. So moving to next, double displacement reaction. So here, as I told you already, exchange of ions takes place. Okay, so if exchange of ions takes place, then the reaction is considered to be double displacement reaction. So example already I had informed you just before some time as one of the question. Sodium sulfate combines with barium chloride to form barium sulfate and sodium chloride. This is the one which I already told you. Apart from this, note down children, it is very important. It is activity 1.2. It is an example for double displacement reaction only. Lead nitrate combines with the potassium iodide. So lead nitrate combines with the potassium iodide. So it forms the lead iodide and also the potassium nitrate. So here yellow color precipitate is formed. Very important. They can ask in the examination. Name the precipitate formed when the lead nitrate combined with the potassium iodide. Okay. Lead iodide precipitate, which is yellow in color, is formed. So next important question is redox reaction. So what is meant by redox? The name itself is saying redox. That means reduction and oxidation. Redox. So a chemical reaction in which one reactant get oxidized while other get reduced is called as redox reaction. Very important, dear students. So you have to know which is getting oxidized, which is getting reduced. Here one more equation according to your textbook I have mentioned. You can note down this. Apart from this, in your textbook page number 12, they have given zinc oxide combined with the carbon to form zinc and carbon monoxide. Manganese oxide combined with HCl to form manganese chloride and water plus chlorine. So you can also write that. So it is very important what is happening. See, reduction and it is not only that removal of oxygen. So it is also the addition of hydrogen. Okay, you must know that. So moving to next important concept. So you can expect this in examination. Define rancidity. Rancidity and corrosion related concepts are very important. So define rancidity. Mention the ways by which the rancidity can be prevented. See, when substances containing the oil and fats are exposed to air, they get oxidized. And as a result of it, their smell and taste and also the color get changed. This process, we will call it as rancidity. In examination, they can ask you, write some of the method to prevent the rancidity. See, we can add the antioxidants to prevent the rancidity, and by flushing the nitrogen gas to the chips packets, so we can avoid the rancidity. That means we can avoid the food which is being spoiled, and also we can keep the food in the tight container. We can keep the food in the refrigerator. All these ways are the one which we can prevent the rancidity. Yes. Moving to next question, what changes do you observe in the iron nails and color of copper sulfate solution if iron nails are dipped in the copper sulfate? See, instead of asking directly what is meant by displacement, they're asking like this. See, iron is kept in the copper sulfate solution. What will happen? Iron, being more reactive metal, it displaces the copper from the copper sulfate solution. Actually, copper sulfate solution is bluish in color. Sky blue color allirutte. It is sky blue in color. Okay. So when we dip the iron nail in it, what happens? As iron is more reactive, it displaces copper and the solution color will fade to light green color. Okay, so very important, you have to know. See, they can ask directly or on the basis of the example they can ask these type of questions. Next, why is respiration considered as an exothermic reaction? See, respiration is considered as an exothermic reaction because during respiration oxygen is used. For what? To break down the food to release the energy. Energy is releasing here. Hence it is called as exothermic. See, they can ask you what is exothermic, what is endothermic. Exo means, see, in a reaction where heat is released. Endothermic reaction, it is a chemical reaction in which heat is absorbed. Okay. So you must note what is the difference between exo and endo. So then why do copper vessels lose the shine when exposed to air? See, they have also given a topic called corrosion in your textbook. Corrosion is nothing but the metal's surface are getting damaged. So here when copper loses shine, why it is losing its shine when it is exposed to air? Because it is undergoing corrosion. Very simple, dear students. You have to know. Okay, what happens in corrosion? See, in the corrosion, what happens? The metals are attacked by the substances like moisture, acids, air, etc. As a result of it, the metal surface get damaged. So that is what we will call it as corrosion. Next, potato chips manufacturers fill the packets of chips with the nitrogen gas. Why? Just now I told we will flush the nitrogen gas because to avoid the rancidity, to prevent the rancidity. Yes, you can expect these questions, children. You have to go through all these questions. Definitely, you will get 5 marks. What happens when milk is left open at the room temperature during the summer? See, when we keep it open, the milk in the summer for a longer period of time, the milk will undergo oxidation. As a result of it, what happen? So, as it is undergoing oxidation reaction, there is development of microorganisms in the milk and it becomes sour in taste. So it will get spoiled. So the main concept you have to know here is it is getting oxidized. So the next question, what happens when the quicklime is added to water? See, what is meant by quicklime? Quicklime is nothing but the calcium oxide. Okay, the formula is CaO. So when quicklime is added by water, it will form slaked lime. What is meant by slaked lime? Slaked lime is nothing but the calcium hydroxide. CaOH2 is the formula. Okay, so it is because, see, when the water is being added to the quicklime, that is calcium oxide, the slaked lime is formed along with the release of heat. It releases more amount of heat. So this is an example for exothermic reaction. Okay, again, see, in the reaction, copper oxide combines with hydrogen, it forms copper and water. Already I told you. So one extra thing I would like to add here is, I already told you which is getting oxidized, which is getting reduced. One more important thing you want to understand here is name the oxidizing agent. See, which is oxidizing agent? How do you identify which is going to reduce? Which is going to reduce here? You can observe copper oxide is going to reduce. So the one which is getting reduced is called as the oxidizing agent. Understand? Copper oxide is getting reduced as copper. So here copper oxide is getting reduced and it is also called as an oxidizing agent. Similarly, hydrogen is added by the water. So it is getting oxidized. So this here hydrogen is considered to be a reducing agent. Just it is a vice versa. Just it's in a reverse order you are going to identify. Okay, next question. A metal salt Mx when exposed to light splits up to form the M and gas X2. Metal M is used to make the ornaments whereas gas X2 is used in making the bleaching powder. The salt Mx is used in the black and white photography. Dear students, these type of questions are called as application question because your question is not asked directly. The metal salt Mx, you don't know which is metal, which is salt here. But when we expose it to sunlight, what happened? It is getting M and gas X2. Okay, here also you are not getting idea. So now you will get an idea. M is used in the ornaments. So Mx is getting, see, Mx is exposed to sunlight means it is an example for, first of all, photolytic decomposition reaction. Okay, now the metal is used in the ornament purpose means that is exactly silver only. Okay, so then now you can identify that Mx is nothing but the silver chloride. So when silver chloride is exposed to sunlight, we get silver and chlorine, that is M and X2, that is gas released here is chlorine gas. Okay, so metal M is used to make the ornaments. We have identified the metal, that is silver, and gas released is the chlorine here. And see, they are also giving one more hint to identify the gas. The gas which is been released here is used in the bleaching powder. You all know how do they prepare the bleaching powder. So to prepare bleaching powder, we want to pass the chlorine gas. So it is very easy to identify, dear students. In application level questions, some hints will be given. So by looking at the hints, you can easily identify the or write the answer. And one more hint they have given here is the salt Mx is used in the black and white photography. So which salt is that? See, both the silver chloride and silver bromide, both are used in the black and white photography. It is very important to answer these type of questions. Very important. I have given hints. So use the hints and write the answer. Okay, see, identify the metal M and gas X2. As I told you, metal M is silver, X2 is chlorine. Identify Mx. Mx is nothing but silver chloride because it is a example for, as I told you, photochemical or photolytic decomposition reaction. And they have also asked to write the balanced equation here. See, Ag plus AgCl gives rise to Ag plus Cl2. So here it is not balanced. The balanced equation is 2AgCl gives rise to 2Ag plus Cl2. So in both the sides there should be 2 atoms of silver and 2 atoms of chlorine here. Next question, a metal strip X is dipped in the blue colored salt solution YSO4. Children, blue colored salt solution is nothing but, see, they have given SO4. Blue color is copper. So copper sulphate solution. You got an idea about solution. So which is the metal strip X here? See, let us read the question further. After some time, the layer metal Y is formed on the metal strip. That is nothing but, this is an example for displacement reaction. Metal X is used in the galvanization. See, the metal which is used in the galvanization is zinc, dear students. So, the metal X is nothing but zinc here. So, zinc, when it is kept in the copper sulphate solution, what exactly happened you have to write. Very easy to identify the answer. Just use your brain for, for some reason it is very important to use your brain. So, when it comes to application level question, you know the answer. Use the hints given in the question. Okay. What could be the metal X and Y? You have identified the metal X now. It is used in the galvanization. So metal X is zinc. Y is, I told you, YSO4. Blue color solution is nothing but copper. So copper is the Y metal. So salt solution here is YSO4, that is nothing but copper sulphate solution. And type of chemical reaction here, it is called as displacement because they told in the question that what happened, metal Y is formed on the metal strip X. Okay, very important, dear students. So these are the very important questions that you can expect in the examination for 5 marks, dear students, and go through all the activity based questions. So first lesson related activities are already uploaded in my channel. You can check out the videos. So if they ask any question based on activity, you can easily answer. And in the page number 7, they have also given about the, there is a box called as do you know. So there they have given that calcium carbonate is formed after 2 days or 3 days of whitewashing and it gives a shiny finish to the walls. So it is interesting to know that the chemical formula of marble is calcium carbonate. So this particular lines please go through. Okay. So in page number 7, okay, this column is very, very important. Do you know box is very, very important, dear students. So I hope you found this entire video useful. So go through all the questions which I told in this video, practice these questions, understand the concept, learn the answers. So you will get 5 marks. We'll be meeting you all in the video series 8. Until then, take care and all the best for your examination. Children, do not waste your time. Use your maximum time to learn the concepts to give best in your examination.